Good evening and welcome to the Radical SR8 Championship. Round 6 takes us to Belle in Detroit. I am Tom Cairns in the commentary position with Cunningham, who's filling in for James Parfitt this week. As apparently I think there may have been some technical issues over at James's end. But Jim is here and we are good to go for Belle here. And I'm looking forward to see how this one plays out. We've got around about 4 minutes of qualifying remaining. We return to the old formats, 3 races, the first 2 being 15 minutes each, and the last one being 20 minutes, where the bigger chunk of points get given out, compared to the Red Bull Ring 7 days ago, where we did the 60-minute endurance with a mandatory pit stop included. That race was won by John Hutchison. He won out in the end over Luke Maxwell and Mike Bousson. 3 seconds between the pair of them at the flag, with Menno de Graaf taking the honours in the AMS ahead of Gert-Jan Polman and Steve Webb. Let's get a word with Jim on how tonight is going to pan out around this Belle circuit, a circuit which he is quite a fan of, unlike maybe some drivers think. Jim, good evening.
Good evening, Tom. Good to be back here at the JPB SR8 series with you. Always one of my favorite series, and it's really good to be back. Yeah, I like Belle Isle. It's one of my, I won't say it's my most favorite street circuit, but it definitely is up there in my favorite list. I'm a big fan. I think, I think it produces good racing. It's tough. I mean, there's no runoff areas on most of this place, and it tears up a lot of cars. But I do think it races well, and I would have actually liked to have attended a race here before they stopped doing them on the island. I think it's a really cool place out in the middle of the, I don't know if it's a lake or a river, but anyway, it's surrounded by water. It's an island. But, yeah, so good to be here with you again.
Thank you very much, Jim, and the same to you. So this Belle course 2.3 miles long, or 3.7 kilometres, if you prefer. No longer a race circuit these days after 30 years. Racing has returned back to downtown, where IndyCar in particular have raced at since then. Around about 2 minutes remaining. Jack V's at the top of the timing page with a 1 minute 22.9. And it's James Coombs in second place, followed by Matthew Richardson, who's gone in to continue his form so far this season. Yeah, he won 2 of the races over at Summit Point, and he had a respectable drive in at the Red Bull Ring in that endurance event, so he'll be hoping to continue his form there. Menno de Graaf fast so at the moment in the AMS, with Steve Webb in 6th place and Gert-Jan Polman in 8th, so they're all hoping to keep up with him. There we see the championship standings at the moment. Jack V's leading the way by a single point over John Hutchison, with Matthew Richardson in 3rd with 151 points. Mike Bousson 4th, followed by Luke Maxwell, James Coombs, Luke Chinison and Paul Crabb. And in the AMS, it is Menno de Graaf at the top of the table with 100 points, with Gert-Jan Polman 2nd and Steve Webb 3rd, 8 points off the top. Scott Kosterich, Stephen Millis, Gareth Newton, Tom Weston and Andy Pratt are those in the top 8 in that particular reckoning.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's get some. Let's pull some qualifying times up here and see where we're at.
As I've already mentioned, V's is at the top. Cunningham now leaping up into 2nd position, having a good qualifying session so far. James Coombs there as well. He's finished his session. Menno de Graaf is aiming for an improvement on his 1 minute 23.3. He is on circuit as we speak. Steve Webb is also out on track. He's done 5 laps in this session. And Stefan Millis is hoping to end his session on a high. He's the slowest of the AMs. But let's see if he can make an improvement. So we look at Luke Cunningham.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of surprised that that Millis is so far down the list as the AM driver. I would think he's going to be pushing hard to try to improve that here in the last few seconds.
And there he comes around the last couple of corners. He will get over the line before the clock reaches the 10-minute mark. So let's see if Cunningham can improve to pole position, or at least improve on his time. Millis won't be able to get round in time, as the clock is now at the 10-minute mark. And that is session over. Millis is not going to be able to get that lap in, which is a terrible shame, but let's see if he can make up for it in the race, the first of 3. 15 minutes it'll be. The top 5 finishes will be reversed for race number 2. Jack Veazey on pole position ahead of Luke Chinison, James Coombs and Matthew Richardson on road number 2. Menno de Graaf, the highest of the AMs, in 5th place ahead of Luke Maxwell, with Steve Webb, Mike Bousson, Gert-Jan Polman and Gareth Newton rounding out the top 10. Graham Matthews and Stefan Millis are on row number 6, and the man at the back is Taras Vosberg.
Yeah, I guess Vosberg didn't even get a lap in, I don't believe. See if he takes to the grid here. Oh, yeah, he's out there already, so.
I've noticed that John Hodgson is not here this evening. I think this is the second round this season that he has missed. So if that's the case, then he's going to have to be around for the remaining events of the season in the Radical SR8 Championship if he is to retain his championship. We're waiting for Mena de Graaf and Steve Webb to make their way onto the grid. Once they do, we are good to go for the first race of round 6. It's getting heated now towards the business end of the season. And the likes of Jack Veazey and Matthew Richardson, who have been in good form recently, they'll be hoping to continue that here. All 13 drivers are on the grid, and the lights are coming on now. Once they extinguish, it'll be race time here at Belle. We've got 3 lights on, 4 and 5. Lights are on. Lights off, it's go. It's a poor getaway from Jack Veazey and allows Luke Tunison to go straight into the lead before turn number 1. Mena de Graaf looking to the outside. He's ahead of Veazey as well. So Veazey from pole position is down to 4th place. And as they come out of turn 2 and heading towards the first braking zone, it's going to be quite tricky because they don't know exactly when to brake, especially when they're on a race level of fuel. Veazey goes back ahead of de Graaf into turn 3. Now, are they going to get all through safely? Well, there's a lot of Justin opposition. Steve Webb, I think, has found the barrier, unfortunately, and is gone round. And Taras Vosberg, you can just see there in P12, and that's Matthews straight into the barrier now at turn number 4. But back at the front, we've got Tunison leading, Coombs 2nd, Veazey 3rd, de Graaf in 4th place under Maxwell and Pullman. And everyone apart from Steve Webb, Jim, seems to have got through that rather unscathed.
Yeah, apparently Jack Veazey either spun the tires hard there or just was a little bit sleeping on the start, because he definitely got jumped, and it looked like he just didn't get off at pace, which would make me think that he potentially spun the tires there. But, yeah, he seems to be recovered now, and he's worked his way back up and got one of his positions back.
Luke Chinson, who has yet to win in the Radical SR8 Championship, leads the way over James Coombs. And Veazey is going to do his utmost to keep up. There's a lot of laps around here. We're probably saying around about something like 10 laps, somewhere along those lines. We'll see as the race goes on. But Junison leading the way over Coombs and Veazey.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up what happened to Webb here in just a minute. I want to kind of let things settle out and let them get a little space in between them. But, yeah, so far really clean. Good start from everybody. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of this track. I really do like it. I think it races really well.
Well, the drivers are enjoying it so far. Junison most particularly. I think Richardson clouded the barrier on the exit of turn 2 where he was able to continue. It'll be interesting to see how his steering is handling. Now he's got Mike Bousson on his tail.
Let's go jump real quick. Oh, of course, I'm famous for my slow-mo replays. This is what happened to Steve Webb right off the start.
Does he lock the rear wheels? I think he might lock the rear wheels as he comes.
Oh,
yeah,
my gosh, yeah. He
completely overshot it.
Well, he didn't actually hit anything, so he's, way behind, but he hadn't tore the car up. That's a good sign. All right, let's see. Let's jump back up here and see what's going on.
And there we see Pullman on the tail of Maxwell, who has won on multiple occasions this season, has Luke. And he's got Gert-Jan Pullman on his tail, who's determined to make up ground on Mena de Graaf in the standings. 8 points off the lead in the AM Championship is Gert-Jan Pullman, and he's hoping he can just stay in touch with Menno from here on in, but he's got Maxwell in the way, and he's hoping that Maxwell can get on with it and go after de Graaf, or Pullman needs to go through on Maxwell to chase de Graaf himself.
Pullman's flying back there behind Luke. It really looks like he's faster than Luke. He just needs to get by him.
Well, he may look for a move on the inside here into turn number 3, perhaps too far back to make it work from there. So Pullman stays behind de Graaf for the time being.
I'm not going to lie to you, being missing a half a season and coming back, some of these AMs are a lot faster.
Pullman lost it. Oh. Sorry, Jim. Pullman lost it, and that allows Richardson and Bousson to go on through. He almost ended up in the barrier, but just survived. Carry on.
Yeah, no, that was, I was talking about how quick he seemed, and Menno, they seemed to have really gained some pace while I was gone in the first half of the season. But unfortunate little error there. But he didn't tear the car up, so he'll be okay.
He almost ran into the back of Buson on the approach to turn 7, did Pullman, but he was able to slow it down in time. Steve Webb has overtaken Graham Matthews now, so at least he's got one place, is Webb. And the next driver will be chasing is Taras Vosberg. We'll keep an eye on the lap times as the race continues on, approaching the end of lap number 3. We've already started lap number 4, and there we see Buson chasing Richardson as the sun pokes out from the sky.
Yeah, this place can be rather blinding when the sun is out. There's a lot of white around here. The walls are white. It's concrete. It's not necessarily asphalt, so it reflects the sun a little more. I've driven here when the glare was so bad that you really couldn't see.
As they go towards sections of turns 5 and 6, and it's a couple of kinks before turn 7 that they all reach. But then we see Mendy Goff in the background behind Jack Veazey, doing very well to hold up Luke Maxwell, who's got a buffer now over Richardson and Buson. Pullman is still second in the AMS, and it's Gareth Newton, the Welshman, behind in 9th and 3rd in class. Stefan Mellis running 4th in class, ahead of Taras Vosberg. Steve Webb is 4.5 seconds behind Vosberg. Now, the last lap time he did, Steve Webb, was a 125.9, which is running about the same as what Vosberg did. So he's got some work to do if he is to rescue anything from this race. Top 5 finishes, remember, get reversed for race number 2. Luke Maxwell is in position to be on reverse group pole for that.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting with if he holds up there in 5th and starts on the pole and gets a chance to get out in front of everybody. It'd be interesting to see how that goes for him. But I'm a bit shocked that he has not really closed the distance too much with Menard de Graaf. They seem to be pretty equal pace right now.
You can see on our timing page is that every driver has either gained or lost positions from where they had started. The most that have gained are Stefan Millis and Taras Vosberg, up 2 each. The biggest loser is Steve Webb, who's down 5 positions from his starting spot. Vosberg gets past Millis for position, which will help Webb close in. I wonder if Millis may have found the barrier, hence why he's got the black and orange flag next to his name on the timing tower, Jim.
Yeah, he's done. Oh yeah, he did. Let's see what happened to him here.
This is over at turn 3. I reckon he's going to lock up and completely miss the apex.
Oh no!
No, he gets run into by Vosberg.
Punted. Oh my goodness! Wow. Okay, let's do this real quick. Let's see. Let's take a look at this from on board with Vosberg, if we can. If I can get to the camera button fast enough. Oh, of course I just missed it. Yeah, it's wow. I don't know. I'm sure Stefan won't be too happy about that. I'm sure it was unintentional, obviously, from Vosberg, but nevertheless, not good.
Well, I wonder if Vosberg may be struggling now because the car is handling really poorly, hence why Graham Matthews is able to close in on him. But Vosberg is holding on for now. Into the pits comes Stefan Millis. Don't know if he'll choose to go back out there. But
Webb got by Vosberg right after that incident too. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that Vosberg's car is not going so well. Let's see if we can.
That's Vosberg.
Yeah, I was going to check his cockpit and see what his steering was looking like real quick.
It's looking horrible, Jim. Let's be honest.
He's cocked over there. Yeah, he's slow. That's yeah, he's in a bad spot right now. I think he tore his car up as well.
And there we see Cunningham, who misses the apex towards the end of the lap. He's got Coombs on his tail, as is Veazey. As they come out of the final corners of the lap. These are turns 13 and 14 that they're going through. We're already halfway through this
I have
first
to say,
race.
I don't know James Combs. He's new this season. I have not seen him race. Tell me a little about him, if you can.
He's one of the dark horses, I would say, dark horse racers in the Pro Series. He's new this season, like you say, but I think he's kind of in the position where Jack Veazey was when he was entering his first season in this championship.
Okay, all right. So he's pretty pretty fast then. I mean, competitive with the faster guys in the series.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I'd go along with that.
I mean, seems to be quick right here. I have to say, man, there's a part of me that is kind of excited to see Luke Tennyson leading this race. I mean, he's been around now for a few seasons, and he hasn't gotten that first win yet. I think that'd be super cool for him to get that. I've talked numerous times about that old, Nigel Mansell livery that he's running, going back to the old Williams days in Formula One. But I'd like to see that. He's paid his dues. I think he's probably due to get a victory, so that'd be kind of cool for him.
Mendegoff in number 45 coming out of turn 12. Still in the lead, ahead of Coombs and VZ. There is Simon Mendegoff, who's got that buffer between himself and Gert-Jan Polman. He's looking good for another AM victory at this rate. Maxwell, Richardson and Bousson nose to tail in 5th, 6th and 7th. The closest battle we've got on circuit, though, is between Coombs and VZ.
Well, it's getting really close right now.
Well, VZ's going on the inside of Coombs into turn 3, and Coombs had to let him go there. So VZ through into 2nd place, ahead of James Coombs. I don't know if there was a mistake on the exit of turn 2, but that looked a little too easy for VZ to go on by there.
I don't know. My question now is Luke Tennyson's potential race victory in jeopardy here? We'll have to watch. VZ's just a little bit shy of a second behind him, and now that he's clear of Combs, we'll see if he starts to close that gap up. At this point, I'm sure Tennyson's hoping that Combs decides to go back after VZ right away and hard here. Oh my goodness, Luke Maxwell has had an incident.
Yeah, and Richardson's behind Bousson as well. So I wonder if Richardson and Maxwell have come together on this lap. Richardson has a black and orange flag next to his name, and I would imagine that Maxwell has exactly the same.
Yeah, I don't see the flag for him, but I think he clearly has been involved in this. Let's see. Oh, yeah,
he has. He's taken damage from it.
Oh yeah, that's his. Seems like it should be worse than Richardson. What in the world? Let's get one more look at that from a different camera angle here and see.
Well, Maxwell found the barrier first and was collected by Richardson.
Oh man, poor Richardson. Nothing you could do there. That is the disadvantage to this type of street circuit. And they're both in the pits, I believe. Yeah, they are. They're both in the pits.
Yeah,
that was pretty major damage there. And Jack VZ is rapidly closing on Luke Tennyson. He has cut that gap down to a quarter of a second here within a lap.
Yeah, Richardson moving in front of Maxwell now. Both out of the pits in 9th and 10th, which promotes Steve Webb up into 8th position. And now he's going for an AM podium at this rate, is Webb, after another recovery drive. But Tunison is, that line through turn number 11 wasn't exactly great. But now he has to be on the defence in case VZ absolutely sends it. He doesn't do so here. I think VZ's within range to attack, providing he can get through turns 1 and 2.
You can tell Tunison's a little bit rattled now. He missed his mark there and scuffed the wall. It didn't hurt him, I don't think, but you can just tell he's driving. I don't want to say scared, but you could tell he's just a little off his rhythm right now with VZ closing in on him like this.
And VZ is right behind Tunison in the battle for the lead. With 2 laps to go, the white flag next time round from the marshal will signal the final lap. But Tunison has been in the lead since the beginning. VZ, who was on pole, is determined to get that position back. He hasn't got a lot of time left. That was a little clout with the barrier on the exit of turn 6.
When you said he was started on pole, I had kind of forgotten that. You're right. He had that horrid start and dropped back 4 spots, and he has recovered here to be back battling for the lead. You're right. I'm sure he does want to grab that back. He probably felt like this was going to be his race to win, and that start, whatever happened there, was a hot mess for him.
And Graham Matthews has retired from the race. He's found the barrier and has gone no further in this one. So he's just waiting for the race to finish, which is not too far away now. Tunison leading VZ over the line for one more tour of this 2.3 mile course. Who's going to win? Is it going to be Tunison or is it going to be VZ?
Oh, man. I mean, if I was a betting man just based on history, I probably would have to say that it would be VZ just because he's, got so much more experiences in winning races. But, there's a part of me, I love Jack VZ too, but I have to say I am really kind of pulling for Tunison here. I just would like to see him get that first victory. I think that'd be really cool for his confidence too.
I would imagine so as well. Well, VZ is still on the tail of Tunison coming out of turn number 5. Now, this is probably going to be the last opportunity for VZ to go for an overtake here on this so-called back straight. But he's too far away to think about a move, so he's going to have to rely on a mistake from Tunison between now and the flag.
Yeah, he slipped back a little bit there. He's sending it right there to close that gap up and make Tennyson nervous.
Now they are coming through turns 8 and 9 for the last time. And Luke Chinnison, through all the trials and tribulations since his debut in the SR8 last season, or the Radical SR8 Championship, he's finally come good here at Belle Isle to register his maiden win. And could this propel him into a championship charge in the business end of this campaign? Luke Chinnison has got one more corner to get through, and it's victory at Belle Isle for Luke Chinnison. He can call himself a Radical SR8 Championship race winner at last. Jack Veazey second, James Coombs in third place. Mena de Graaf takes victory in the AMs ahead of Mike Bousson. And running out the AM podium will be Gert-Jan Polman and Gareth Newton, who will hold off Steve Webb, who isn't too far behind, but his time has very much run out as far as race 1 is concerned. Mike Bousson on reverse grid pole for race number 2.
Yeah, that's going to be fun too with Bousson up there. He's pretty fast, so we'll see. But man, I'm super excited for Luke there. Look at him burning him down. Yes, indeed.
Oh, he'll be chuffed with that.
Oh, great job, man. You know that how excited he's been. He's been here a couple seasons. This is it's not like he just showed up and he's doing like a perfect circle. Look at that. I have to say, for a guy who hasn't won here, he can do a heck of a burnout.
Well, he's going to need those tyres for later on.
Well, luckily he gets to change them, so he might as well run it, spin them until he popped,
Well, there we go. And
all
it's
right,
Luke
let's pull
Chinnison.
these results up real quick while we got it. Oh, there they are. We were waiting on him to finish his burnout, I think.
And so it's Luke Chinnison who takes victory ahead of Jack Veazey with James Coombs third, Mena de Graaf fourth. It's Mike Bousson, Gert-Jan Polman, Gareth Newton, and Steve Webb. We've got Matthew Richardson, Luke Maxwell, Terence Fosberg, Stefan Millis, and Graham Matthews run out the drivers in that race. The second race grid is as follows: Mike Bousson on reverse grid pole with Mena de Graaf in second place, James Coombs and Jack Veazey on row 2, followed by Luke Chinnison and Gert-Jan Polman. Gareth Newton and Steve Webb on row 4, followed by Matthew Richardson and Luke Maxwell, with Terence Fosberg, Stefan Millis and Graham Matthews rounding out the 13 drivers for this second race. And we wait for Terence Fosberg and Mike Bousson to get onto the grid now. And we are very much good to go for the second of 3 races here. Fosberg we're currently waiting on at the moment. He's on the grid now, and we are good to go. And the first light will appear any second. Here is the sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lights are on. Lights off. It's go. Brilliant getaway by the pole sitter Mike Bousson. That's the best start I have ever seen from him in a long time. Mena de Graaf side by side with James Coombs through turn number 1. Keeps hold of his second place. James Coombs going to go on the attack if he is to go after Mike Bousson. But what a splendid getaway there, Jim, from the race leader from pole.
It was. I have to say, Jack Veazey had another horrible start. He dropped 2 spots right off the... Oh, we got a big crash in the back there. Big crash.
Yeah, I think both of the Orange Army cars are involved. Steve Webb and Matthew Richardson. Graham Matthews has got himself involved in that. We'll see what the damage is for all of them once the timing page does appear. Oh, Mena de Graaf has found the barrier, Jim. He's tumbled down the order.
Goodness. Yeah, this one did not start off near as clean as the last one, did it? Yeah,
no, and it's not the first time I've seen him make a mistake through that. We'll find out more on what happened to him at that particular bend, but Bousson has a 1 second lead over Gert-Jan Polman, who's the highest of the AMs now, in second place. He needs a strong result in this one to stay in touch with Mender de Graaf in the championship in the AMs.
Yeah, we'll once this gets settled out a little bit, we'll get a look and see what happened there.
There's Pullman in second place ahead of Coombs.
4 spots.
Jeff.
That's brilliant, man. I mean, what a start to this race he had.
Well, he is going after Mike Bousson, who's still leading. James Coombs remaining in touch with Pullman here. If he can just get a strong run out of turn 2, might get alongside here, make the most of the slipstream.
Yeah,
he's in the slipstream now. He's got to go for it.
Yeah,
he's got to go for it now. Turn 3, if he can outbrake him, but he isn't able to do so. This is going to cost Coombs a little bit of time if he is to come away with a race win in the Red Bull SR8 Championship tonight.
Pullman scuffing that wall there. Well, you can see how rough this track is, man. These cars are bouncing all around.
Yeah. It's taking its toll on the drivers when it comes to braking for the corners. But Bousson is able to keep his car out of the barriers so far. Not getting caught up in anyone else's mess. And making this look so easy. Pullman holding up Coombs. VC's the next driver behind in 4th place ahead of Cunningham, Maxwell, Vosberg. De Graaf down to 8th place, but still second in the AMs ahead of Mellis and Newton.
All right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to run. Let's go look at that initial accident that involved Webb and Richardson. Oh, Saint. Was that
Webb going into Richardson? Was it the other way around?
No, I believe that was Webb going into Richardson. If it was, which I'm going to verify right here as we look at it one more time, I'm going to put this on so it'll tell us we're on Steve Webb's car. Yes, it was Steve Webb again. Same exact spot. Remember, he did that last race, except there was nobody there, and he ran off track. So he did the same thing this time, except for apparently he was calling a marshals meeting between him and Richardson because they had a little get-together there.
Yeah.
All right,
Pullman's still in second place ahead of Coombs. Veazey and Tunison are in 4th and 5th.
Man, I tell you what, man, Pullman just looks so fast since it's only been 6 races since I've been here, but he just looks like a different driver to me, man. Like he should, be in the pros or something. I mean,
he looks content in the AMs right now, I would say, for Kurt-Jan Pullman.
Oh, I'm sure, but I'm just saying he looks like he blends in perfectly with these pros now,
Well, he's keeping his car out of the barrier. I would probably say it's a circuit thing for Kurt-Jan Pullman. He seems to have a better handle on it than maybe some of the pro drivers are. But
agreed.
Coming out of the last corners towards the end of lap number 3, Bousson leads the way. But Pullman is under threat from James Coombs as they begin the lap again.
Absolutely.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up, Kurt-Jan Pullman says. Well, I don't know where exactly he's pointing that to. Props to those tuning in the live chat.
Yep, I have not even checked. We had any comments going on up there? Oh yeah, a little bit. There we go.
Well, Black Enter is saying, Black Enter is saying hello to everyone. Hello to you. And Scott Kostrich is saying, don't own the circuit, you have the time to learn from it.
I'll tell you
what, next week.
Get it and learn it. It is a fun circuit. I'm telling you, I love it. And Enzo there says also fun track today. I agree. This is a fun circuit in my opinion.
As they go through the kinks, Coombs still not close enough to attack Pullman right now. He has got Veazey not too far behind him either. And it's Tunison, Maxwell and Vosberg who's made a better start to this one than he did in race number 1. Mender de Graaf nearly 5 seconds clear over Stefan Mellis. Richardson determined to make up for lost time. He'll probably get by Mellis and de Graaf before this race is over, but that may be as high as he'll go in race 2.
Let's take a look real quick. Minnow had an incident on lap 1. I just wanted to see what that was. That camera's probably not going to show us. But
spins.
Oh,
he caught the barrier.
He did catch the barrier. So even with that, he is still able to stay ahead of Mellis right now. I wonder if I wonder, well, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that. I'll keep that one to myself for now.
He's continuing on his way. He's Miller de Graaf running his second in the AMS.
Tunison's getting feisty back there. He won his first race now, and he was all up on the back of Easy there.
That was on the first lap. We'll go back to live images in a moment.
I got all excited for him.
Well, whilst you were talking, James Coombs got into second place now ahead of Pullman. It's Veazey who's next. He runs into Pullman. Contact between Veazey and Pullman at turn 7. And that looked like Veazey came from too far back to make a lunge, and he just punted into the rear.
Did he? I was looking at the timing scoring, but I didn't see him hit. Did they touch?
I thought he did. I thought Veazey ran into Pullman at turn 7. Let's have a look.
Tell you how we can tell. No, that's not going to work. Oh, yeah, he did. He putted him all right. Good call. Yeah, I missed that. I was looking at the scoring page, and I glanced back over right as he was mid-slide.
Yeah, in the pits now is Pullman.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That was such a good run.
Yeah, I think the only consolation you can say now is if he can make up time on the likes of Webb, Newton and Matthews, he could get back into a position for reverse grid pole for the third and final event, because it's the top 10 finishers in race 2 that determine the grid for
blinking.
the third and final race.
Vosberg back there blinking? Looked like it.
I don't know. I didn't quite spot it.
It's a little hornet's nest right here, though. 4 of them here, almost nose to tail.
And there is Chinson running in 4th position now. That result would put him 3rd on the grid. Sorry, not 3rd on the grid.
No.
It would be
6th.
Yeah, that's right.
I almost had to take my shoes off. I almost had to take my shoes off to count that high. So you're lucky. I actually made you laugh. We've been working together like 2 years. That's probably the first time I ever made you laugh.
I'm not going to get into that. But Vosberg is ahead of de Graaf at the moment. De Graaf is now the leader in the ANS thanks to Pullman's mistake. And
well, I don't know if I'd call that Pullman's mistake.
Well, that's a shout, to be fair, because it was Veazey that ran into him. Let's just say he got tripped over by Veazey. You can call it that.
Tripped over.
But de Graaf is happy to be where he is now. He's got 6.5 seconds in hand over Matthew Richardson, who was caught up in that first lap melee with Steve Webb, who is a couple of positions back overall. That's Mellis in the barrier.
Yeah, he bounced it right off the wall there, didn't he?
Yep. Does he go through turn 6? Fine. Turn a little soon. Oh, he nearly caught the barrier again there. Mellis is sliding around a little bit now. I wonder if the rears are beginning to get to him.
Well, but I know one thing. Look. You get your rhythm broke here, and it can. He's gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna catch the barrier. He's carrying too much speed into the corner. It's Stefan Mellis. He pushes Steve Webb out wide there. He'll come back on the inside. No, he's got damage. There's Mellis.
Either that, or he's just overdriving the car right now a little bit. I mean, it could be that as well, but. Well, Graham Matthew just had an incident and is a meatball flag and in the pits, so that promotes Gert Van Pullman back up 1 spot. So, like you said, working his way potentially to that reverse grid pole spot. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we've got about 5 minutes left here. So, what is that? How many laps is that? I'll let you do the math.
So we've got 4 laps to go in this one.
Busan out to a nice, comfortable lead. Although Combs is cutting into it a little bit. It's slowly cutting into it, but he is. But I got a feeling he's going to be more concerned about Jack Veazey breathing up his neck here.
Veazey's now on the tail of Combs going into the corner. And there's just no way through at the moment for Veazey. He's just too far back to make a challenge. And this opens up the margin for Mike Buson, who's converted pole position really well in this, and looks like he's going to be coming away with another win.
He has, but they are closing on him. They cut 0.2 out here in half a lap. So they are closing that gap up a little bit. I mean, they're both flying through here. And right now, Jack's not hounding him. He's just staying behind him. He hasn't sent it on him or anything yet, but it's coming, I think.
And we've got 3 laps to go. There we see the leaders come through. VZ, if he can get this line right, as Coombs gets on the curve, and VZ, I think, is going to send it. He should be within range to go for it here. VZ is too close to the rear, so he needs to pull out now and go through into second place, and that is exactly what he's managed to do. Ahead of Coombs into second place. Has he got enough time to go off the boost on? 1.6 seconds is the margin, but in these cars, it's quite a gap to make up in the space of a few laps.
Actually, I think he will get close. I don't know that he'll have enough time to catch him and pass him, because Mike Buson is not the easiest guy to pass. But they're rapidly closing that gap up now. I mean, they've cut a half a second out of it in the last lap. So
and through turn 7 comes VZ, chasing Buson for the win now, getting the gap down slightly since he got by VZ. And then we see Luke Tunison running in 4th position, the race 1 winner, hoping to snatch that final podium position away from James Cairns. It would be a 7th place start on the grid for race 3 for Luke Tunison. Luke Maxwell has got Taras Vosberg next to him, or on his tail. And Maxwell hasn't exactly had the best of evenings so far. And Vosberg is hoping that there'll be an opening for him to go on through into 5th position. Now as they come out of turns 1 and 2, will Vosberg be within range to go for it, just as VZ was with Coombs?
That gap is coming down up front. Look at this, would you? Buson has, VZ's cut a second more out of that gap. He's flying right now. Oh, he just scuffed the wall.
Well, the last lap that VZ did was a 123.4. Buson's was a 124.0. Best lap of the race, Luke Tunison.
Boy, look at him. He's coming too. If he can get by Combs here, he really is driving with a different level of confidence, isn't he?
Yep, well, he's going through on the inside. It's Luke Tunison. Does he leave room? Oh, that was so close to contact, especially when Tunison launched himself over the curb, but he just about left enough room for Coombs and himself to get through there. And Gert-Jan Polman's race has taken another turn for the worse. Yeah, it's race over for Gert-Jan Polman. There's no way he's going to get reverse grip pole from here.
No, I'm going to go pull that up in a second here. I just wanted to see what was going to develop. This battle here was getting hot and heavy. So, speaking of hot and heavy, look at this up here. Golly. Yep. We'll go look at that Pullman incident later.
The white flag is being waved by the marshal. VZ is looking to the outside. It's not really the usual overtaking spot, but VZ has got Buson within his sights now on this final lap. Here we go with VZ into the slipstream of Buson. Buson will go to defend. Defend on the inside. Then he comes back on the racing line, and that's top quality driving there from Mike. But he's got basically the straight in between turns 6 and 7 next to do.
Yeah, I tell you, I mean, Mike's tough to pass. There ain't no doubt about that. He knows how to make that car wide, he races in the other series here on the channel, and they have to hold off those SR10 sometimes, and he's really good at that. But man, I tell you what, VZ is quite a bit faster than him right now.
Well, VZ's not close enough to attack Buson here. I think Buson has done enough, unless VZ absolutely sends it into turn number 12. And it's been a storming drive again for Mike Buson, leading every single lap. But now he's just got one final straight to defend off Jack VZ. Tunison's going to have to settle for 4th position behind James Coons this time, as the leaders come out of turn 13 for the last time. It's Mike Buson who's going to return to winning ways and stay in touch with the championship charge against John Hutchison. He wins ahead of Jack VZ, with James Coombs and Luke Tunison in 3rd and 4th. Maxwell finishes 5th ahead of Mendigar, who wins again in the AMS. And it's Vosberg, Richardson, Webb and Mellis, with Newton the last of the finishers.
Wow, man, what a great race that was. Action all over the place. Really feel bad for Pullman, man. That's 2 races in a row. He's been just strong as could be, and it just has not come together for him.
Well, say everyone's crossed over the line. He hasn't yet.
No.
So we've actually got a bit of time before he does that. The driver will start on reverse grid pole for race 3. That is Stefan Mellis, who will have Steve Webb on the front row next to him. I wonder how many times Webb has started on the front row for the third and final race of the Radical SR8 round.
Well, we certainly saw him early on. He did a couple times because he was kind of notorious. We kind of picked on him for those bad starts very early on in his SR8 career. And then later, he really worked hard on that and ended up getting some phenomenal starts out of it. So, yeah, he's kind of experienced the whole journey. But he's had a few front row starts, Wish I had I still do have old Steve Webb's video up here. You remember that one? The video
What's
from
that, sorry?
Las Vegas from the Formula One
yes.
race?
Yeah, I do.
I still have it loaded up, too. That's pretty funny. Man, Pullman was way behind, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's just he came out of the pit lane.
Oh, there he goes. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Now if it'll show us those results.
Race 2 concludes with Mike Bousson, the winner that time, ahead of Jack Veazey, who was second, and it's James Coombs running out the podium ahead of Luke Tuniston and Luke Maxwell. Mender de Graaf is the winner again in the AMs over Terrace Vosberg and Matthew Richardson. Steve Webber and Stefan Mills making it the AM podium ahead of Gareth Newton, with Gert-Jan Pullman a long way back, but at least he crossed over the line. Gareth Matthews, we sadly lost in that one.
So while we got a warm-up session here for a second, let me just do this real quick. The Steve Webb video, I just can't. By the way, for those of you that don't know, these are marshals at the Formula One race in Las Vegas last year, and Steve Webb is the guy in the chicken suit bobbling around out there. So just makes you want to be a marshal, doesn't it? I mean, how much fun is this? These guys are cutting up here. I mean, literally, there's a sphere right there in Las Vegas. I mean, they are in the heart of it all. I would say.
Was that on race day?
Yeah. Yeah, it was on race day. I have to say, if you're interested in marshaling, get out there and volunteer and go join these guys. You can't get any closer to the action. And as you work your way up, I mean, eventually you could end up traveling around the world and doing Formula One events. I mean, how phenomenal is that? Well, I tell you what, man, so far we're 2 races in here in this warm-up session, and I have to say, Gert Van Pullman is right now is a surprise for me. He just seems so fast, but it's been unfortunate for him so far. Richardson working on his start. For a second, I thought that was Steve Webb working on his start. I was like, oh, look, he's gonna practice it. Interesting that Veazey has had 2 really bad starts this today, and that's not necessarily in his nature,
Well, Matthew Richardson, when he raced at Summit Point, he nailed his starts there compared to Willow Springs, the second round of the season, where he was twice on pole and he just completely got bobbed down. He didn't get the grip he wanted off the line, but he nailed it at Summit Point. So we'll see how Richardson gets on this time around as he's starting towards the front in this third and final race. I will remind you that Stefan Mills is the man on reverse grid pole ahead of Steve Webb, and there is Stefan Mills
as well.
Well, who can blame him? He's got not too long to do these. So just like Matthew Richardson, he is doing his practice starts. I wonder if Steve Webb may be thinking about getting a practice start in before the third and final event.
Well, he could be worrying about being the chicken crossing the road. Who knows? But I tell you what, I got to give Steve Webb his credit, man. We gave him a hard time there early on, and he worked hard on his starts. And, Stefan needs to work on that right there, though. He has been clipping the walls around this place, And the thing about this place is, man, he's out of shape there as well. If you get if you get out of your rhythm here, if you break your rhythm and clip a curb too hard or touch the wall or something, it's so hard to get that back, man. It really is. you know, it just throws you off. And this place is such a rhythm circuit. Oh, they're all practicing their starts.
Now they're at round 6. We've got 4 more rounds to come before the season
what is the rest
is
of the
out.
schedule for this season? Let's take a look.
So we've got Motorsports Park in Canada, and it's Magello on the 23rd, Hockenheim on the 30th, and the Monza Historic on the 6th of April.
I hope James bails on the historic Monza one. I want to come back and do that one. I love that. I love that event so much. I don't know why, but I do. It's just so much fun.
Well, we'll see soon enough whether the championship will be decided there. I think Maxwell on the back straight. I don't know whether he's trying to do a practice start or whether he's trying to do a few more laps around here before race number 3 commences.
Nella's still working on his starts there, you can see. I don't know. I was going to say this earlier, and then I stopped myself. I wonder if Stefan is practicing as much as he used to. He was getting really fast there, and this may just not be a circuit. I'm not here every week. I don't know how he's running week in and week out, but I know he was just dedicating so much time to practicing there for a while. He worked so hard to get himself up and win that championship a couple of seasons ago. Did you just hear that, or was that something on my end?
It's me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been having some audio issues at my end. That is nothing that's impacting the stream too much. It's just more of a headphone thing at my end. But we are at the grid now for the 3rd and final race, and it's Stefan Millis who'll be on reverse grid pole ahead of Steve Webb, and it's Matthew Richardson 3rd, Taras Fosberg in 4th, and it's Mena de Graaf and Luke Maxwell. Luke Chinison and James Coombs are on row 4, followed by Jack Veazey and Mike Bousson. Gareth Newton and Gert-Jan Polman on row number 6, and it's Graham Matthews at the back.
Well, Graham Matthews not had a good night, has he?
No, he's not exactly set the world alight this season either, so he's just trying to get some form going for himself. But the lights are going to appear now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lights are on. Lights off. It's go for the final race of tonight. Mellis getting off to a respectable start this time ahead of Steve Webb and Matthew Richardson. Luke Maxwell has made a fair start ahead of Mena de Graaf. Matthew Richardson's having to fend off Taras Fosberg on the run down towards turn number 3. But look at the gap that Mellis has over Webb already.
Look at him go. All right, good job.
Towards turn 3 they come. It looks like they've all behaved this time. And no such problems. I've noticed that the sky has darkened over Belle Isle. And I wonder how much that is going to affect the drivers, because they need to have their headlights on if they are going to be able to see each other enough. They seem all right at the moment, but it'll come to a point where they will need to switch them on. But Millis leads. Webb second. It's Vosberg who's the highest of the pros. It's Maxwell, Richardson and Cunningham. And with the usual suspects of Veazey and Bousson down in 8th and 10th. Yep. Oh, that's Webb in the barrier. Sorry, Jim. Webb found the barrier at turn 7, and it's race over.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, did he take anybody out with him? Or
Maxwell's got damage as well, Jim. His bonnet's missing.
Oh, my goodness. All right, let's go look at that real quick. Is this the same turn that Webb has had issues at all night? It is.
No, it's at turn 1 is where he's had the issues. This is turn 7.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Very similar, though. They both have that runoff area.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, what a mess, man. All right, let's jump back up here. This thing's getting hot and heavy up front.
And there we see Maxwell, who's now under threat from Matthew Richardson, who goes through into 2nd place. I don't think Maxwell's got a leg to stand on with that, unfortunately. He's a sitting duck.
I mean, we've seen these cars run pretty well without their bonnets on them, their front nose. We'll just have to see. Well, I'll tell you what I want to see if he does. See any damage?
Oh, that's Maxwell clipping the barrier again on the exit of turn 6. And Cunningham, yeah, I think Maxwell needs to come into the pit lane because his car is worse for wear.
Yeah.
I'll be amazed if he gets through turn 7 sweetly here. He completely gets a
he hit the wall.
Twitch of yeah, he's hit the wall. Yeah, he needs to come in. does Maxwell, and he's out.
Done. Yeah, he's done. Wow, unfortunate for him, not of his own making.
It's a shame, and that's taken a dent as Melis has gone. Oh, he's gone round this time over at turn 11. And Melis, I think, has avoided the barrier, but that's his lead gone. And Matthew Richardson now has a 1.7 second margin over Luke Chinison in P2.
Wow. That's crazy, man. What a dramatic change up front. Cunningham, he's on the run, man. Look at him go.
Well, Mena de Graaf is also threatening because he's now up to P3, and he was on the sail a little bit until he's decided to just sit back behind Cunningham for the time being. Coombs is in 4th position now. Buson up to 5th place through all the chaos that's happened. Polman's up from 12th to 6th, second highest in the AMS. V's is up 2, Newton up 3, Matthews up 4.
Yeah, I mean, we've had obviously some big front runners that have dropped out, which has moved a lot of these guys up. But Matthew Richardson is like in his own postal code at this point. He's gone. Yeah,
leaving everyone for dead. Scampering off into the distance, and de Graaf has gone, I think, in the barrier at turn 7. Looking at the way he's tumbling down the timing tower. That's such a shame for Mena de Graaf, and it looks like the AM drivers haven't exactly found a good grip on this circuit as we speak. He's down in 9th position. He probably just went through the escape road, but either way, that's ruined de Graaf's race.
Well, let's see. Let's see. We'll look real quick. I'm not sure. It could be an escape road thing.
Could it be the bumps that as he's braking? The bumps catch him out. Yeah, he realised he wasn't going to make the corner.
Oh my God, that was awesome. I mean, I hate that he spun like that, but his recovery from that was quite impressive. Very, very nice.
Yeah, at least he's ahead of Melis. That's all I will say. We'll go back to live images in a moment. We look at Luke Chinison running in 2nd place now, ahead of James Coombs. But it is Matthew Richardson who has a 1.8 second margin. Steve Webber's got back into the race now. He's around about 39 seconds off Taras Vospo, so there's no way he's going to catch up to him. He's going to have to rely on other drivers pulling out of this. But there we see Coombs, who's got Cunningham in front, and Buson, who's up into 4th place, now behind.
Yeah, Cunningham, man, I tell you what, you can just see the confidence in his drive. I don't know if he's been like this all season or if it's just, this circuit and that win in round 1 has really got him going. But, man, he looks great.
Cunningham in form tonight. This will most certainly go towards one of his scored rounds. We've got 2 drop rounds which every driver has to take, excluding the final round of the season at Monza. And we see de Graaf coming back at Matthews here. This should be a summed up move, I think, for de Graaf, because Matthews is not really classed as one of his rivals, even though they are in the same class as each other. If there was a 3rd class, I'd probably say de Graaf would be in a Pro-Am and Matthews would be in an Am.
Yeah, I think that's an accurate summation.
But there we look at Buson running in 4th position, chasing down James Coombs, the race winner in the 2nd of 3 races this evening. He's going for another win to his credit. Cunningham, the other race winner tonight, going for his 2nd victory in 3 races, when beforehand he hadn't won a single Radical SR8 championship.
He's nipping this lead down. It's not. Did he slide there?
He did slide. I thought he was going to catch the barrier a little bit there, but Cunningham did. He just gathered it all up.
Yeah, he lost.
And carried on his way.
He lost 0.3 of a second right there to Richardson just because of that slide. Because I was literally commenting on him closing that gap up, and then he lost it all right there on that slide.
Well, he's got Coombs right behind as they come out of turn number 13. 5 laps down. With it being a 20-minute event, I'd probably say we're looking around about a 15-lap race for this one. Let's see how far they go. I just hope they put the correct amount of fuel in for this one. Remember back?
Oh, I do.
Last season at Alton Park, Jim?
Yeah, that was a mess. Just because that's not what this series is about. It's not about fuel saving and. So, but it was funny. I mean, it was interesting and funny. But I tell you what, VZ's looking strong here. He'd probably like to get by Busan just as payback for last race where he couldn't quite get there and get by him.
VZ's attacking Busan now, who's not had the best of laps this time around. He is dropping back from Coombs all the time. He's falling into the clutches of Jack VZ.
Oh, we got to change for the lead.
We have, that's Richardson in the wall. Richardson has found the barrier at turn 7.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. We'll go back and look at that here right now. Yeah, I just saw it on the scoring tower. Right? Yeah, this is a solo incident, I think.
Yeah, it's on his own. No one else is involved in this one. He just completely...
Oh, man, he was carried too much. Whoa, nice job by Tunison there.
Yeah, he did well to avoid it. Oh, and James Coombs... Oh, no, James Coombs didn't
Combs
survive
lost his
that.
nose. No, he lost his bonnet. But looks like it's reattached, but...
They may still be attached, actually, James Coombs, because sometimes iRacing can
Yeah.
be a little bit funny on replays compared to what we saw at real time. And Richardson, you could just see in the background pulling up at turn 11.
Wow. Well, you got to think that Combs got a little bit of damage anyway from that. It doesn't appear to be too much since he's all over Tunison here still, but Tunison finds himself in the lead again. What a night for him, man. Holy cow.
It's been a strong evening for Luke Tunison.
I mean, this is going to turn out to be his favorite track ever at this point.
Yeah. But he's got James Coombs on his tail, so he can't breathe easily yet.
Yeah,
Luke. He's got Coombs all over his tail. Mike Buson is a couple of seconds back in third, with VZ fourth. And Gert-Jan Polman, still the highest of the Yams, in fifth place. But he's feeling a little bit... Well, he fancies himself maybe going for an overall podium if he can help it. Richardson does get back out on circuit. I suppose the only consolation he's got now is fighting with his fellow Orange Marshall driver, Steve Webb.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. Golly, to have that happen in the lead like that and just toss it away, Looks like Tunison's kind of finding his rhythm here and slipping away from Combs just a little bit. We'll see how that transpires over the next lap or two.
Well, there is Tunison as De Graaf goes past Newton into second place in the AMS. So we've now got a huge fight for the win in the AMS. De Graaf has won both of which this evening. Can he make it a hat-trick?
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a gap to close, though. He's... what has he got? He's 2.5 or 2 seconds or so.
He's got enough time to make up the ground, I think.
Yeah, I don't. This Garrett Newton is another guy. Gareth Newton, I should say. Not somebody I'm familiar with as well.
Coombs has made an error, Jim.
Uh-oh.
He was running in second place. He's now down to fourth. He's allowed Buson and VZ to go. There's no rear wing. He's lost his rear wing.
Oh, he's in big trouble now, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to come in. There's no way he can carry on without the rear wing.
No, it's inevitably and sometimes you don't know it's gone. I've had that happen to me before.
He was already going. He was already.
I tell you what, I want to see that one more time. Hopefully the chopper won't be cut off by the trees. Maybe. There we go. So he didn't take it off till he looped all the way around. He lost it on the back part of that spin when he hit the outside wall there.
Yeah. I don't think he actually came into the pits. I'm surprised he didn't come in.
He may not
James
know
Cook.
yet, but because there's way too much time left in this race to not pit there. But Luke Tunison now finds himself with a 3-second lead with 8 minutes to go in this race on what has to be a historic evening for him.
Yeah,
I mean, what a day. And ironically, he's running that Nigel Mansell Williams livery from the 90s. And if I'm not mistaken, Formula One was running Detroit, I think, around the 90s.
It wasn't. It ran from 82 to 88.
88, okay, all right.
Yeah. And this Williams livery, that one that Tunison's running,
That was like a
that was in
92 or 93?
It was 92.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a big Williams fan back then when Nigel Mansell won that championship in 92 and then ended up moving to IndyCar racing right after.
I mean, he did race for Williams at Detroit, but that was during the Williams Honda days and not the Williams Renault days, because if you remember, he had that 2-year spell at Ferrari.
Yes.
Before he returned to Williams.
Yes. What livery was? Do you know what livery he was running back? Just out of curiosity, back when they did race here, and it wouldn't have been at Belle Isle though. That was the old Detroit street circuit back in those days.
It was the downtown one, I think, of Detroit that they raced at. Yeah. So the livery he ran was, it's pretty much dominated by the Williams Honda because it was different back then.
Okay.
The Labatt sponsorship doesn't. It didn't come around until. Yeah. I think probably the days of Williams Renault, but obviously when Renault came back in 1989, it was Thierry Boutsen and Riccardo Patrese who were the two drivers before Mansell came back to the team replacing Boutsen.
That's right. And then, well, sidetrack here just a bit as this is actually a little battles heating up right here, though. Look at this for the AM lead.
Yeah, and De Graaf, you did hear from me saying that he was going to have the time to catch up. Well, with less than 6 minutes to go, he's got time to make his move.
He does. I mean, yeah, both of them have had, not the best of nights so far. Obviously, Pullman has had first couple of horrible races. It'd be interesting to see if. But it's good to see these two battling. They've been a staple here in the AM division now for numerous seasons, and really great to see these two going at it like this. Speaking of going at it, Jack Veazey's running down Buisson here.
He is. Buisson isn't exactly getting the gap down on Chinison right now, so he's having to switch his attentions to Veazey, who's closing in.
Steve Rebb had an incident. I don't know what happened to poor Steve. Do we want to ask this real quick?
Well, he still has that gap over Richardson at the moment.
Yeah, I got a feeling we've seen this before.
He did.
He saved it.
He saved it. Though. He didn't actually catch the barrier.
Yeah, that was a good job, Steve.
He's kept on going. But back to the battle for second place between Mike Buisson and Jack Veazey. Out of the last corner.
I wish I had split screen right here because we got two good battles going on for the AM lead as well back there.
And it's Veazey who will tuck into the slipstream of Buisson down the back straight towards turn number 3. He is too far back to make an absolute dive for it, I think. So he's enough to let Buisson take the line into the right-hander, and Veazey will follow through. Just 4 minutes remaining. I would say it's going to be touch and go whether we'll get 15 laps or whether it'll be 14.
Yeah.
I think it'll be 15.
Well, let's see where our leader's at right now.
Well, they've been setting times in the 1 minute 23s.
Yeah.
So if he gets over the line with over 2 minutes and 46 seconds to go, which he will do on this lap. Yeah, we'll have 3 more laps, Jim.
So 15 then.
Yeah. And then we look at Buisson and Veazey out of turn 11. And the headlights come on now in these final few laps. A fine way to wrap up the evening's action at Belle Isle. And you can just see it coming through turn 13. Buisson right in the wheel tracks of Buisson. And this is probably the closest Veazey's been as he takes a slightly different line to what Buisson's doing. He's got him. I think he's going to have him here. Buisson's exit wasn't as good. And Veazey's going to go to the outside. He's going to have to pull out, otherwise he's going to lose momentum. Is Jack Veazey. Buisson will have the inside as they go into turn 3. It was wheel to wheel. And he's almost running Veazey into the barrier. Veezy's coming back as they almost touch again at turn 4. Buson survives, but Veezy is ominously waiting to make his move as we are entering the final few laps of this race. Can Veezy snatch second place from his fellow countrymen?
Buson is so crafty. He didn't hit him, but he squeezed him out there as hard as he could without hitting him. I tell you, Mike Buson is tough to pass. Man, that guy is he's ferocious defender, and I don't mean in a dirty way. You know what I mean? Like he's not cutting your nose off or anything like that, but he puts his car in just the right spot to make it almost impossible to pass him.
Well, he survived that one, Buson. I think both of which had to slow down for turn 7 because it almost looked like they were going to go into the barrier a little bit there. James Coombs further back is able to survive without that rear wing on his wagon.
Unbelievable. And he hasn't lost that much time, considering, I mean, he's lapping right now. His last lap was a 1:24.4, which is equivalent to what Buson, he's actually faster than Buson and Veezy on that lap where they were battling each other. But he's only a second off of the leader's last lap time without a wing. That's crazy.
And he's going to be quicker on the straights compared to the corners.
Yeah, true.
And now we look at Veezy and Buson again. Veezy very, very close, running towards the barrier. And Buson is able to survive as well. But as they come towards the back straight out of turn 6, Buson got a snap of oversteer. And Veezy is in the slipstream once more, hoping that he can make a move or push Buson into a mistake.
And, you know, it's so fun. Mike Buson is so crafty, man. He's like a little, you know, I don't know, like that little schoolyard bully that was, or the little schoolyard guy that was like shorter than everybody else, but that could fight. You know, one of those little, just like scrappy type guys. That's what Buson reminds me of, man. You know.
Yeah.
And he kind of has that don't give a crap attitude. You know. You know how he is. I mean, he just. Oh, I love Mike. He's fun to watch race, though. He's a fun race car driver to watch.
Final lap of the race, and Veezy has got one final attempt at turn 3 on Buson. Buson holds the inside line. Veezy needs to pull out at some stage here. He may even decide to dummy him and then come back on the inside. Here we go, look. Round the outside goes Veezy. Does Buson leave in space? He goes to the outside at turn number 4. Buson pushes him out wide. Contact was made, and Veezy clouted the barrier, but has made the mistake of Buson, and he's passed.
Oh, my gosh. Look at this. Yeah, Mike.
Veezy threw into second place ahead of Mike Buson on the final tour, and it had been coming all along.
There's our leader out here. He's right there. Okay.
And there we see Luke Tunison. He was about to end his evening on a high note once more. Winless in this series before tonight. And he's going to come away with 2 victories, not just the one he picked up in the first race. So it's good. 2 wins. Veezy has got boots on his tail, but he's going to hold him off this time around. Luke Tunison has defied the odds this evening, and he's going to come away and complete the double. Luke Tunison wins at Belle Isle again. Wonderful stuff from the Dutchman.
Wow.
Jack Veezy grabs second place from Mike Buson, and James Coombs, without a rear wing, makes it to 4th position. The winner in the AM is this time going to Gert-Jan Polman.
Oh, my gosh. What great stories here tonight, man. Here, Combs finishing without a wing. You know, Buson and Veezy. Tunison with 2 wins. You know, oh, my gosh, man. Menno de Graaf had a, good night. Polman pulls out the win here in the last race. Just fantastic stuff. All right, let's see. Do we have any results here? I think we should. No, not yet. We're waiting on somebody. Steve Webb, maybe?
Well, we're just waiting for drivers to cross over the line. Yeah, they've been tussling those 2. Menno de Graaf and Gareth Newton completing the podium in the AMS ahead of Stefan Mellis, who just misses out.
Yeah, good run from Newton as well. Podium in the AM division, up 4 spots.
We just see
the
pack waiting, and Webb ended up in the barrier at the penultimate turn. But luckily for him, the flag is in sight, and so Richardson will finish ahead of Webb on the road.
All right, well, that should have given us our results now. Let's go see.
At the end of the third and final race, it's Luke Tunison who comes out on top ahead of Jack Veazey and Mike Bousson. James Coombs in fourth, with Gert-Jan Polman winning the AMS ahead of Melody Groff and Gareth Newton. And it's Stefan Millis, Graham Matthews, Taras Fosberg, Matthew Richardson, and Steve Webb. The only retirement was Luke Maxwell.
Definitely a night to forget for Luke, man. Maxwell.
One Luke has left himself with work to do, another Luke will be celebrating long into the night.
Indeed.
Let's get a word. We'll have a word with Steve Webb first, just to hear what he thought of tonight's event and what he's been up to recently. Steve, good evening. How are you?
Oh, disappointed. Hit the track. Oh, apologise to Taurus, I think it was. Last race, I went into that corner and I forgot to change down. So I was going through it in third, not second. Realised, grabbed second, and then it just shoved me out into the wall. Ugh! Never mind.
Well, on to the next one anyway. What have you have any updates for this year, Steve? What have you got lined up?
Yeah, we've got, I'm doing members meeting down at Goodwood. I'm doing Festival of Speed at Goodwood, Revival at Goodwood, British Grand Prix, British Truck Racing at Brands, BRSAC Championship rounds, there's historics down at Brands Hatch. Obviously, we're doing a flyaway as well. British touring cars at Brands again. So it all kicks off very, very soon.
Which I can't wait for. I'm hoping I can go to Brands Hatch Indy for the British touring cars in May. But how have you been getting on this season, just from your point of view, Steve? It feels like an up and down campaign, but how would you perhaps sum it up for yourself?
Overall, I think I've just got like a track like this. I've just got to stop overdriving it. I think that's what a lot of the problem was. And in the first two races, I completely missed my braking. Completely missed my braking point going into the first corner, and that just wrecked the rest of the race. Realistically, I know I think it was a second in the second race and a fourth in the first race, and then that one was just a disaster. And I do apologise to Taurus for me putting it in the wall, but it's that nature of the track. He hit the wall. You can't really do much about it. But overall, I am really starting to get to grips with the car. It's just getting into my own head that I've got to stop overdriving, and that's what I'm doing currently. Because I think the top three in the championship are quite close, and I'm trying not to lose points, but overdriving, I'm losing more points, if you see what I mean.
Well, yeah. Steve, it's Jim Cunningham, by the way. I'm here for guest appearance, so I wanted to say hello. But, that's part of the progression. You find the speed in these cars, and then you've got to reel in your consistency, and then once you get that reeled in, then you'll find a little bit more speed, and it's that's
true.
That's the natural progression. That's how it goes. You're just at that point now where you've picked up that extra speed, and that's kind of throwing your consistency off a little bit, because now you're faster in places, and it's just different, and that's just part of the progression. But it's great to see you out there running hard, and it's of course it's always a pleasure to say hello to you as well. So I just
and you. But I've just got something to ask. Last week, what's this about Marmite? And you never know what you're going to get from me, Tom.
I think James was alluding to the word maverick, and I was coming up with my own analogy, saying Marmite. It's either you have a good performance or you have a bad one. It's you like it or you like it, you hate it.
I was going to say, is Marmite ever good, though? I don't know that there's
God. Marmite on toast. Oh, what? God, yes.
Yeah, it's mine as well.
Gosh. Yeah, well.
It's mine as well.
And the other good one to try is salad cream on toast. Oh, mate. Just salad
Not for
cream.
me.
I don't
Not
know.
for me.
What is salad? Do I even want to know what salad cream is?
Yeah, it's it's made by Heinz, the 57 variety, and
Yeah.
it's like a salad dressing, but it's quite thick. It's not like a watery. It's more like a tomato sort of sauce texture.
Oh,
I tell you what, Jim, the
Marmite
best
and what would you call it? Salad what?
Salad
cream. All right. Well, I'm done on that note right there. I'm gonna stick to my steak and baked potato here.
Oh, well,
That's a good shout. That's a good shout.
yeah,
to be fair.
that is. But yeah, I just want to, sorry, just quickly apologise to the guys. That's the reason I came in. Realistically, is just to apologise to the guys. Taurus and missing me breaking points and causing absolute havoc again.
Well,
No
that's
worries.
because you're carrying extra speed.
Yeah, I've just got to tone it down a little bit and think about the long game rather than the short game sort of thing, I think.
Well, it's good to say hello to you since I'm
And
here
you
making
guys,
a guest
and
appearance.
No, it's nice. It's nice to have you back. Nice to have you back. I don't get slated so much from you, as James.
No,
James does it.
I'm much nicer than James is.
Oh, I'll
I'm
give you that
the
one.
good version of James. He's the mean version of James.
All right, okay. Well, I'll remember that one. But guys,
All right, buddy.
Tom, if you want to PM me about a few meetings, just PM me and we'll sort something out for you.
That'd be wonderful.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much. And we'll speak to you again soon,
See you,
Steve.
Steve.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
All right.
That was Steve Webb who we spoke to there. And
Let's,
we'll get a word. Gert Jan Polman, I want
Yeah,
to have a word
yes.
with because he's had an up and down evening. Gert, it was quite a spirited night, even though the results don't necessarily suggest that. But that was a good battle between you and Menedigoff in that last race.
Thank you. Yes, it was. I did not expect to keep him behind me.
And Jim felt that you had improved since the last he had seen from you. And Jim's obviously here for a cameo appearance because James hasn't been around, hasn't been able to make it to this one. But how have you found this season overall from your side? Do you feel like you've made a step up from last season?
Well, first of all, good to have you back, Jim.
Thank you. No,
yeah,
look,
and,
honestly, you seem faster. You seem like you can comfortably run with the pros now. And it's I've only been gone for 6 races or whatever. But man, you seem like you didn't have the best results tonight. Some of your own doing, some not. But but overall, you just seem like your pace is faster, and you just seem more comfortable to me.
Yeah, I think you're right because I don't think it's really there to be up with the pros. When you saw Luke and Jack doing 122s tonight, I thought, okay, that's a different level.
But I'm not saying up at the front of the pros, but you certainly are a mid. You know what I mean? Like you're in that transition point, I think.
Yeah, I've been practicing a lot, and also on this track because I didn't have it. I just bought it and then practiced for this race. I've never driven on it.
It's a good track. I like it.
I really like it, yes. But yeah, and but also I think it's because I take it maybe a little bit less seriously, just trying to have fun and then enjoy it because the car is good and the tracks are good. And I have been making a step in my iRating, so. Yeah, I think it's just more enjoyable this way.
I mean, congratulations again. I can see the improvement. Not seeing you for a few weeks, and I can see the difference. So your hard work's paying off.
That's good to hear. And by the way, I had the stream on in the beginning, and I heard say, "What's the put your hands up thing?"
Yes,
but.
You shouldn't be listening to the stream while you're driving, by the way, but go ahead. What does that mean?
I turned it off, so it's not a good idea.
Yeah, I mentioned because it was on the rear wing, that's why I mentioned it.
Oh, yeah, because I love those little details, and I just put it up because my wife has a CD with the like the disco song, or I I don't even know the artist, but it's I love the city. It's a bit of a house track. So I just thought maybe some will recognize that. It's just a song that keeps popping in my head when you're driving in the city of
Well,
Detroit.
there you go.
Yeah.
This is definitely the city. Well,
Yeah. Jim C, I think, anyway. But anyway, it's been good speaking to you, Gert. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us, and well done on taking the AM victory in that last race.
Thanks a lot.
all right.
And that was Gert Jan Pullman. We'll get a quick
Jack?
word, actually. Matthew Richardson is in the booth, so I'll quickly get a word from him just to see, just find out exactly what had been going on throughout the whole night, actually. Matthew, good evening.
Evening, guys.
Tricky one,
Oh,
that really,
yes.
it's safe to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite annoyed with myself, really. I mean, like in practice and everything, I felt really fast. I got into the 22s in the practice session. Like I messed up the first start, which just dropped me back a ton, and qualifying actually, I wasn't able to get like a good lap in. And yeah, the third race, I don't know what happened there.
We've just
Like,
seen
I
the incident. Yeah, I think he just carried a little too much. But how bumpy is it at turn 7? Because it feels to me like every driver goes in there a little bit too much. But when you're riding over the bumps, you obviously have less control. So when you apply the
Yeah.
brakes on a bump, it's almost like the brakes don't exist.
Well, it was weird because I felt like I braked in the exact same spot as like all the laps before, but I just I lost the rear end slightly. I'm not sure if I locked the rears, applied slightly too much brake pressure, but locked the rears and yeah, went to the wall. And unfortunately, it was quite a lot of damage. I was trying to turn and couldn't, so I accidentally hit someone else. So
James.
yeah, a bit
James
unfortunate.
Combs.
Yeah, hit James. Hopefully he didn't get any damage, but yeah, I'm really annoyed with what I did there. And race 1 and 2, well, I got taken out by Steve on race 2. Race 1, he did the same thing, but I managed
all
to
he
avoid
did was
him.
he called a marshals meeting, and you just
Yeah.
got invited, unfortunately.
Luckily, in the first race, I saw him coming, but then I had a bit of an unfortunate coming together with Luke when he went into the wall. So that was a bit unfortunate.
Yeah,
but,
that was tough on you. I mean, nothing you could do there.
yeah, but like it's a bit disappointing because of course, well, I felt fast around this track, but yeah, it is what it is. This one's definitely going to be one of my drop weeks, so I have to do better next week and hopefully, yeah, just do better.
Cool. Well, Matthew, I'm sure your family have been tuning in to support you again. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us, and
Thanks,
best of
guys.
luck next week at Motorsports Park.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
That was Matthew Richardson, who ended his evening, unfortunately, without that race win after colliding with the barrier, and he ended up finishing towards the back. Let's get a word with Jack Veazey, who came away with 2 second places and a third throughout tonight. Not quite the win for you there, Jack, but good points to make up on John Hodgson, who hasn't been around this evening.
Yeah, not bad. I got 3 second places actually.
Yeah.
Was it 3?
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Second
yeah,
in all
because
my
you got
races.
buy boost on, didn't you? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
just about. I survived just about.
Yeah, so I was thinking the other way around. Yeah, he got into second place on that last one. So yeah, hat trick of second places.
Yeah, really good points. I probably should have won the first race. I don't know what was going on with my starts today. The first 2 races.
I was gonna say, man,
because it's the same. I've got the same clutch binded, and today was no different to any other day. How I'd normally get this thing.
Did
off
it
the line.
spin the tires, or did it bog down on you?
Well, all I can think is maybe because of the nature of the track, it's quite bumpy. That's all I can think of. But no, the tires just spun.
Okay, well, it is concrete as opposed to asphalt as well too. That surface difference might have made a difference as well.
I have a feeling because today I was starting the car how I've done it all season, and it's worked for me most of the season. I've been flying off the line, so yeah, I'll put it down to that.
But hey, if somebody would have told
you
you were going to come in here and get three second place finishes, great points today, really, especially with John not here. Good points today for you. I'm sure you would have taken that.
Oh yeah, all day long. Yeah, I mean, like you say, it really helps towards the points in the championship, and that's what matters at the final meeting. So yeah, good day for points wise.
And very entertaining racing. That battle with you and Mike in that last race was just phenomenal there.
Yeah, I'd say out of all the drivers to get past, Mike is probably the trickiest.
He's brilliant, man. I mean, he is like that. I made the analogy during the race. He's like that little scrappy guy that you went to school with. That is just that kid that just is always going to be a tough fight no matter what, and that's the way he drives, man. He is just so hard to get around.
Yeah, he is, but got the job done in the end. Made a little bit of contact with the wall, but the car was all right. So
yeah, it survived.
Happy days. Yep, happy days.
All right, buddy. Well, good to see you again, of course.
Yeah, good
to
see you today.
Yeah,
I was surprised when I tuned into the broadcast and heard your voice. So yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, well, I just I'm just guest appearance, but yeah, it was good to be here. And like I said, you
came to the right one.
You made it quite well. I love Belle Isle anyway, so that was great. But yeah, good good entertaining. You made good entertaining races out of all of those. So congratulations again.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Jack, as well, and best of luck next week at Motorsports Park.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
That was Jack Veazey,
all right,
who ended up even with a hat trick of wins. We'll get one
here.
final guest on, and that is the man who came away with 2 victories to end his drought in the Radical SR8 Championship. You must be chuffed with that, Mr. Luke Tunison.
Yeah, you can say I am.
Man, let me tell you what, those burnouts you did after race 1, absolutely perfect circles. That was fantastic.
The third one weren't so good, but the first one went pretty well.
Yeah, the first one was.
I just figured
fantastic.
First win against, like, with Jack behind me, I need to do some burnouts, some donuts.
Look, man, congratulations. I'm sorry, Tom, but
yeah,
look, I was so happy for you, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, I got a little bit lucky with Jack's start because I don't think I would have overtaken him otherwise. I'd say Jack was probably a little bit quicker than me, but overall this has by far been my best week pace-wise, which actually surprised me quite a bit because the first lap I did with this car track combination was like 10 minutes into the practice session beforehand.
Wow. Well, I'm not going to tell you to do that every race, but no, that was good job though, man. I was so happy for
nice,
you. You'll hear it on the broadcast. I mean, I was pumped up for you. I'm glad to be here. You've been here for a few seasons now. I've called a lot of races with you in it. I love your livery. I talk about it all the time. And to be here for you to not only get your first, but your second victory, both in one night, fantastic. Sorry, Tom. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. I couldn't help myself.
Do you reckon it was the circuit that helped you, Luke?
Yeah, it actually might have been because, of course, it's like a really bumpy, relatively unknown track, but it's not used a lot. So I think, relatively speaking, we started off on the same page a little bit. And especially considering how long some of these other guys have been driving this car, that definitely gave me a little bit of an edge, I think.
That's a good point.
Yeah, very, very, very good point. Is there anyone of the shout-outs to Luke before we let you go?
Yeah, I just want to apologize to Stefan because I took him out, 100% my fault. I watched it back, in the end, I think I got a little bit confused because before the corner, before he let Matthew by, and then I got checked up a little bit behind him because of a bad exit, which made me think he was letting me by maybe as well. So I stupidly sent it and took him out, which I'm sorry for.
Well, I'm sure they'll accept it, and we'll move on to Motorsports Park. Luke, congratulations once again, and hopefully you can continue that form in 7 days' time. Welcome to the Radical SR8 Championship as a race winner.
Yeah, thanks. And good evening.
All right.
Thank you very much to Luke. Well, at the end of a scintillating round here at Belle Isle, as the lights continue to darken over there, and for your cameo appearance for this season in the Radical SR8 Championship, Jim, I think it's safe to say, I think we've been treated to quite something here today.
We have indeed. Yeah, as the lights go down, look at that pretty fountain, well lit up there with the flames. Beautiful. Yeah, great circuit. Love this place. glad to be back for this week, Tom, with you, of course, as always, and this phenomenal championship. And as the sun is setting here on my appearance, again, what a great race! What a fantastic evening!
Yeah, it's been a brilliant round. None so for Luke Chinninson, who came away with 2 wins, and he'll aim to push on for a charge in the race for the title. With John Hutchison not around this evening, the championship is very much closed up. Mender de Graaf extending his lead in the championship standings over Gert-Jan Polman. So it looks like he's got not necessarily one hand on the trophy, but he's looking in good stead with 4 rounds remaining. Will he continue that way at Motorsports Park? We'll find out soon enough. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in. Make sure you like and subscribe, and that way you won't miss a thing. And, of course, the Radical SR8 Championship is not too far away from competing at Motorsports Park. I am Tom Cairns with Jim Cunningham, and we'll speak to you again soon when the Radical SR8 Championship returns, and it's good night.